Hello and welcome to BA642. Seen some of you before and some of you are new. This should be an interesting class. Those of you who have had me for marketing in the past, this is a really different class. Accounting and marketing are two completely different disciplines and require obviously a different teaching style and a different learning style. So we're going to be using a few different kinds of processes and so forth, and some of the things will be the same. There will be some case studies, some hands-on learning, some discussions, and some lectures. So a little bit of everything, but definitely accounting is a more concrete or constrained process, and therefore we're going to be spending some maybe more time on nuts and bolts and less time on big picture thinking, but we'll do a little bit of both. You all have an assignment which we'll talk about at the end of this video to post a short bio, and I know some of you who've had me before have done this before. I guess if you still have your bio from before saved, you might want to reuse it, but it doesn't take long to put one together either. And there is at least a couple of different questions I'd like answered in this course than I wanted answered in the marketing course as part of your bio. I think the bios are important because they give us all a sense of what we're each all about, and a lot of what you learn in this course and others has to do with what your fellow students know and learn, as well as what I might be able to impart. So I'm going to first go through the syllabus, then I'll give you a short rundown on my background, and then turn it over to you. So let's roll here. So the syllabus, which is published in the welcome module on Canvas, starts out with the catalog description, which I think is a pretty good description of what we want to do, but I'm not going to go through that point by point. What I do want to go through point by point is what I expect for course outcomes here. This is what I hope you will know and understand and be able to perform when you're finished with the course. So these are the concepts that I'm trying to impart to you. These are the things that I think are going to be important for you as you go forward in your careers. And let's just start there. So if we start down here with students will understand the role of accounting and the use of financial statement. What's accounting all about? Why do we bother with it? What's it do? You may have some good ideas of that, but we're going to talk about that a little bit. Understand how accounting affects behavior at all levels within business operations. That's really important. Accounting is it's the scorekeeper, the rule maker, and it does affect how people behave. So understanding that is extremely important. Remember, look at each one of these things. These first ones we're just talking about an understanding of these things. Understanding of some accounting concepts. Accrual basis accounting. All financial statements are based on accrual basis accounting. If you don't already know what accrual basis accounting is, you will certainly know that by the end of this course, or you won't succeed in this course. So we'll learn about the concepts of accrual basis accounting. We'll learn about what an asset is, what a liability is, what equity, revenue, expenses, and cash flows are. So those are definitional, but also very important. Third thing, we're going to get into some concrete things. Develop the skills necessary to read, understand, and analyze financial statements. Really, really important for anyone with a business career. You have to be able to read and understand financial statements. If you can't, you're on the outside looking in. You can't understand what's driving the business. You can't understand what's motivating other people within the business, you can't understand anything really. So if you just know your own, let's say, logistics area and you don't understand the accounting area, then you're really not going to be successful. So those first three things are all tied to what we call financial accounting, and that's going to be pretty much the first half of the course. So financial accounting is all about financial statements and how they're created, what they mean, and how to understand and analyze them. Second half of the course, we're going to talk about using accounting to help in the management of a firm. So that's called managerial accounting. And managerial accounting, things like cost accounting, budgeting of various sorts, variance analysis, internal control, all sorts of things that management uses accounting structures and functions to analyze and help with decision making. So managerial accounting, really, really important, and something that you need to know for your own management skills and understand how it works and what you can use it for, how powerful it can be, what it can do for you. So that's number 4, managerial accounting. Then 5, we get into finance. So really in this course we're doing financial accounting, we're doing managerial accounting, and we're doing finance. If you were an accounting major, you would study financial accounting. If you're an accounting major, you would also study cost accounting and other managerial accounting systems. You probably wouldn't study finance. If you were a finance major, you'd study finance and not the various accounting pieces. Here we're going to put all 3 of these things together. So this is a lot of material to cover in a 1 semester course. We're covering it from the management viewpoint. We're not trying to train you to be accountants or finance professionals. You're presumably looking to be logistics professionals, but you need to understand accounting and finance. So we're doing an overview and more of a management overview than a practitioner's overview. That said, you still need to understand where the numbers come from, how they're put together, what they mean, obviously, but you need to know some of the nuts and bolts practitioner's information as well as the bigger picture managerial information. And so the fifth item there is understanding and applying the concepts of corporate finance, time value of money, risk, leverage, liquidity, working capital, sustainability, all of those things. So lots of stuff to cover. I think we can do it successfully. It's not going to be easy for you. It's not necessarily easy for me either, but it's worthwhile, and I think you'll all hopefully learn a lot in this course. That's my contact info there, my voicemail, excuse me, my email and my voice phone at school. If you need to reach me outside of school, since this is an online course, I don't have it on this syllabus because I don't like to publish it, but I will tell you that my cell phone number is 207-469-8777, and you can reach me at that number. Just remember, I'm in the Eastern time zone. If some of you are far away, please don't call me in the middle of the night. But other than that, you're welcome to call me. My office is in the Pilot House, and I'm available by email all the time, and I'm generally pretty good at responding to my emails. The textbook is Finance and Accounting for Non-Financial Managers. It is a textbook that you wouldn't necessarily see in most academic settings. It's much more focused at practitioners. And managerial, non-financial managers, as it said in the title. So how do I use finance and accounting if I'm a manager? And the book is really written for people who get promoted into positions where they need to understand finance and accounting, but that wasn't their professional training. And that's the way I view logistics professionals, and that's the way I view this this degree that you're getting, International Logistics Management. So really good textbook for that. Easy to read, not too expensive, I don't believe. And one you might want to hang on to and keep on your file in your office or whatever, just in case a question comes up in part of your career. It's a pretty good little reference book as well. So in terms of grading, there'll be two exams. I call them quests. Two given during the semester. There will be case studies and project assignments, some significant live project assignments on existing corps, project presentations and discussions, all part of the course. Expect you to participate in the class and in group discussions. This is an online course, but group discussions are very, very important. Your fellow students are a key part of your learning experience, and I really believe that. You're going to learn a lot from your fellow students, and maybe as much as you learn from the textbook or from me. So the quests count for 50% of your grade. I've got it on a 1,000-point scale there, so each quest is 250 points. And then there'll be case studies, readings, and problems that count for another 45% of your grade, and then 5% of your grade is my assessment of your commitment and participation to the course. Letter grades are assigned as you see there. Remember, this is a graduate course. Anything less than a B- is not successful completion of the course, and the policy is written there. So hopefully you all know that policy, but you need to do that. And then finally, this is the tentative course outline. It may change slightly. You'll notice that my week 13 provides a flex time in case an area takes longer than we expect. I have a little bit of extra time there at the end. I did not include the spring break, which will definitely come in the middle there. I think it comes after week 7 somewhere. But there will be a spring break when there will not be class during spring break, or no assignments during spring break. And then your second quest, which I've called there in the syllabus final, it's on the entire course, and it will be given in week 14. Part of week 13 will certainly be review for the quest. So that's kind of the basic course. You should read the syllabus. There's some more information in the syllabus that I haven't gone over here in this video, but the basics of the course are in the syllabus, and we've discussed some details here. In terms of me, I'm as you may have noticed in the beginning there, I'm a CPA and a CGMA. So I am both a certified public accountant, which is what a financial accountant is. So public accountants have the right to certify or verify that a company's financial statements are presented fairly in accordance with generally accepted accounting principles, which is financial accounting. And then I'm a CGMA, which is a Chartered Global Management Accountant. So that's a designation for managerial accounting. So the two sides of accounting, financial accounting and managerial accounting, I have experience in both, and I have some credentials in both areas. That was what I studied in school and what I practiced for several years after leaving school before becoming an entrepreneur. And I continued to practice those things because in running my businesses, I needed those same sets of skills. So that's kind of my personal background. I grew up in the Boston area, went to school at Babson College for both my undergraduate and my MBA, worked for a number of years in Boston for a public accounting firm, and then became an entrepreneur in the outdoor sports business. Did that for a number of years in lots of different iterations, owned a lot of companies, bought them and sold them, and started them and closed them. And I've been teaching at Maine Maritime now for, this is my 11th year, and really enjoy it, and continue to do some consulting on the outside to outdoor sports businesses. But my primary focus is teaching. And personally, I live in Maine because I want to. I love it here. I did everything I could to change my career so that I could move to Maine, because this is where my wife and I wanted to be, and we're really glad we did. So we're enjoying the world here. Love the water. Spend a lot of time on the water. Small boats, big boats. Anytime I can spend on the water is great, and I commute to campus by boat every day, and from April to Thanksgiving, because I live about 2.5 miles from Castine by water, and about 20 odd miles by car. So it's way more fun to go by water, and it's actually shorter and cheaper and all sorts of other things. So that's kind of me and what I do. You do have an assignment to post a short bio to the discussion page. I'd like you to post a video if you can. If not, you'll have to post a paper, Word document or whatever. And then once you've posted, I'd like you to comment and discuss with at least 3 other students regarding your common experiences. That assignment is posted to your welcome module on Canvas. So thanks very much, and welcome to accounting. It's great. See ya.